Is the sheep preaching hate when it says, I'm not going to let the wolf eat me anymore? If the wolf comes in here, next time he comes in here, I'll do whatever I have to do to keep him off my back. Is the sheep violent or is the wolf the violent one? He wasn't teaching hate, he was teaching common sense. You know, somebody's knocking you over the head, stop him. Do whatever you have to do to stop him. You know, the ones that were knocking him over the head were afraid of the fact that he might swing back. So they said, no, he's teaching hate. He's violent.
Your name, where you don't have to say where you from, but tell them your name and what you do, and give them one fun fact about you. What's a hobby or something? You can start with you. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Juana. I am from the Bronx, New York, and I'm a cosmetologist. A child.
That's a good fact. Okay. Well, I'm T. Wally. I am from Detroit, Michigan, and I am an educator. A fun fact. I was on the HBCU dance team.
It's cool. So yeah, like I said before, right? These two ladies, they haven't experienced polygamy or polygyny. They don't know a whole lot about it, and we're gonna get a good perspective as to what they think about it. You know, just two normal girls, or women, that are, learning more about it and heard about it. And so we gonna get this thing. First of all, what's the initial thought when somebody says something like, oh, a man is looking to have this sort of lifestyle or marriage, style of marriage? What's the initial thought that comes to your mind?
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, immediately. No.
Oh, no. I don't know. Absolutely not. No.
Yeah.
It's a no. Across the board, just a hell no.
For me, yes.
It's a doubling down on a no.
Absolutely not.
So like when you say no, why no? Why do you feel like it's a no? Like
I don't like to share.
Okay, so why?
Yeah.
Why not? Why not share?
Same.
I'm very territorial. I feel like what's mine is mine. I just don't want to. I've never had to really share anything in my life. Why share my man?
Okay, so why share your man? All right, so you don't like to share, and that's why the sole reason why you would put it at a no.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would you prefer to share a man like knowingly or not knowingly? What would you prefer? Like, would you prefer to know about it or would you prefer not?
But if I had to choose, of course, neither one. But if I had to choose,
you got to choose between one.
I don't want to know.
You don't want to know?
No.
Okay, so like, let's say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, you're gonna find out. Right. Okay, so which one will feel more comfortable for you? For you to already had known, and you, or would you be more comfortable with not knowing at all, and then when you find out, like which one would make you happier? Would bring you a little bit more peace at night? You know what I mean?
You have a point. So with that, when you put it like that, I would already want to know, because I'm one of those type of people. Like, if I find something out, like it automatically, like it changed my perspective of you. Like I'm like, I don't trust you. Like, I don't even know. Do I really want to talk to you? No, probably not.
Okay.
But just for my anxiety and my nervous system, I would probably already want to know.
Right.
If I had to choose.
So you would, if you had to choose, and you would prefer this man tell you up front, so you know, right? You'll know what you're getting yourself into. You'll know what's happening. And let's say that you were okay with this, right? And you're content.
Okay. I'm okay with it.
You're okay with it at this point. You're content, and you guys move forward, right?
Okay.
Enter into a full-blown relationship. He now has a woman that he's introduced to you, went through the proper steps. He was very communicative, very open about it. How would you feel about this? Would you feel safe? Would this make you feel safe to be able to say, you know what, I trust this man? Or would this build trust for you? Or would this say, you know what, would it bring about some jealousy?
About it, obviously. And, he's bringing her to me to introduce me and her or whatever. But some jealousy, because I'm like, okay, like, so how's this going to work? Is you going to do me and her? Or you going to do her more? Or like... What
Or
we do?
why her and
Why
not-
her, not
why
me?
not-
yeah,
yeah.
like so you gonna buy us both flowers? You're gonna buy one person flower? Like things like
Mhm.
that cross my mind when I
Okay.
think about that. I want my man to be all about me,
Mhm.
obsessed with me. So he's gonna be obsessed with me and another woman.
How?
How? Right? You know,
Okay.
like,
Okay.
are you gonna love us equally, or are you just gonna like one more than the other, but not say it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that would be me. I would always be thinking like, what's going on in his mind?
Yeah.
Is he thinking about her too?
Yeah,
Right. Sorry.
I agree.
Yeah. You got anything to add to that?
She kind of touched on everything that I would imagine would be in my mind. The major part of it would be, who does he love the most? And that will be because in turn I couldn't have two men I was loving. And not to sound selfish or
Right.
like it's a competition, but it's just like, I'm solely devoted to you. Why can't I have that same respect?
Same devotion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So, with that being said,
Mm-hmm.
right? Devotion. Why is it so? When you guys, because you guys have little ones, and when you see your little ones, do you make a determination of who you're gonna love the most each day, from day in and day out? Like, I think I might love you more today.
No.
You know what I mean? Or I think I might treat you better. You know, I think I might get you flowers instead of this. You know, do you make a decision on that?
No, I mean, if that does happen, it doesn't
Mhm.
happen on purpose. Like, you don't just think about that. You're not.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You're not like, oh, I'm gonna go buy you a toy today, and I'm not gonna get you anything today. You don't think about it like that. You just do it, you know, and
Right.
you make those decisions based off of, I don't know,
Yeah.
what
just
happened,
going
what's
on.
going on at the
Yeah.
moment. So,
Right. Mm-hmm.
but you love them equally,
Mm-hmm.
But you love them equally, right?
right? But we're not kids.
Yeah. And I don't feel like that kind of, they're
Which makes it easier.
I don't feel like that's the same. That's not, because our children are flesh and blood.
It's not
It's for us as mother, or some women, I can't speak for everybody. It's not a choice.
Not a choice.
Yeah, you choose to get in this relationship and
Right.
love
I see
this
what you're
person,
saying.
your partner, every day.
right.
Okay.
So when you have an option, then it's like, yeah, I can choose who, in that situation, I can choose
Okay.
who is my favorite and who's not, because you didn't give birth to us. We're not a part of you, flesh and blood. Even though, by religion, or by marriage, that does bound you to a person, yes.
Right.
But yeah, we're not flesh and blood. So
Flesh and blood.
mm-hmm.
Okay. Love for the children is valid. Okay, we're gonna see what we got going on with this camera lens. But that's good. That's a valid point. Now, here's the biggest thing, right? You're capable, though. You are capable, though, of loving both. Correct? You are capable.
You mean our children?
The same. Yeah. You're capable of it.
Of loving both of our children the same.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
It's
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Right. And then would you say that men and women love differently or love the same?
Differently.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you say that men and women love differently, would you say that women love, like, based on actual emotional connection, as to where a man loves based on respect?
Yes, on the woman part.
Yes.
Emotional connection.
Yes.
Okay. So who would you say loves harder, men or women?
Women.
Why would you say that? So, hold on, let me rephrase that question. Why would you say that when we have a 68% divorce rate in the United States, and so, majority of the time, most men are looking to fight and stay within a relationship, as to where most women would gladly give it up, even after not giving him one chance. A man would give a woman multiple chances, but
I'm sorry.
a woman will only...
A man will give a woman multiple chances.
Yes, and they typically stick around long.
We're in
Men?
Right, to make it work.
Where are
Men?
those statistics?
Mostly, yeah. Yeah, you can look them up. You
Okay.
can Google that. But that's Googleable. Do the data and statistics based on what research has shown. It could change over time. You never know.
Right. I think.
But it don't mean it applies to you. Like I said, it is a percentage base. So
Okay.
it is like 70 to 80%. You might not fit within that 80%.
Right.
Your situation might not fit. But most majority situations in that way. Hopefully they can hear me a little bit. But
No, they can hear you, I'm sure.
let me see.
What was the question? I kind of got lost in the statistics.
All right. So why do you believe that
Women love harder?
Okay. I think we were all right. I think we good now. All right. Maybe it's right. Why do you believe that women love harder with those statistics, with that data and statistics?
No.
Okay. I think we're good there.
Because. Okay, go ahead. I believe that it's actually the total opposite. Women give men a lot of chances, and
Feel the same way.
the reason you see more women filing for divorces is because sometimes it's hard for a man to uproot from comfort, and when you're doing something for a while and it's just routine, but you can also do your thing on the side, or
No.
thank you. When you can do your thing on the side,
Right.
and you have a guaranteed meal at home, you have guaranteed cleaning services, you have maybe a secretary in your wife too, and of course sex, but you're still
so you're talking all within the woman that you choosing to marry.
Yes.
Okay, sure. You said secretary, she cooking for him, she
Cleaning.
conjugal rights.
Right.
Okay, she's cleaning the house, and this is consistently, right?
Just when you know you have that.
Okay.
When you know you have that.
Yeah.
And when you've been, if the love or if the relationship was good at one point, it can be kind of hard to just let go of like that. Like I said, you're comfortable with this person. You probably built your career from the ground up with this person by your side. So now as a successful man, you probably don't want to end that relationship and get into a new one where you have to question, does this person love me for who I am truly, or for what I can give them? Right. But that's just a percentage of men. I do understand that too. But I just think women eventually get fed up with the behaviors of men, and because he's not necessarily making a move to end the relationship, but it's still the problem, or his actions are the problem within the relationship, it gets a little bit tough, and now I have to make a decision for both of us, because it doesn't make sense to stay in an environment that's unhealthy just because you're comfortable.
So you have to make a decision for the both of you. Okay, so why do you feel you should make a decision like that? Like, well, is this decision based on logic, or is it based on how you feel? Like, because you said you feel like you have to, but like, so what's the circumstances? Why wouldn't you guys be able to make the decision together rather than you doing it alone? Or why not just respect the man's decision and choice to want to try to make it work? You know what I mean? Why respect that?
Because I feel like if it came opportunity for it to work, no one will be seeking out divorce. If we were actively working to make it work, right, we wouldn't be filing for a divorce. No one would know, right? So I feel like when you get to the stage of divorce, it's kind of like at its wit's end. Okay. And you're saying that with hopes that the man even chose to do things to make it work. But from my experience, men don't really do a whole lot to make it work.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
No.
So I'm so curious about this, right?
They say they want to make it work.
Okay.
And for about 2 weeks, actions may show that they want to make it work, but it's not consistent. It's just really what do I want to say? It's really like a cycle, actually, just to get you back, reel you back in, and then over time things will change again. And maybe because I made a little bit of progress, she may forgive me a little longer than she did in the past, and that'll help the relationship survive.
Prolong things a little bit. Okay, so now without a problem. Now, my thing is this, right? In my culture, the man is the sole authority. Right. He makes the choices, he makes the decisions, but also, of course, the man within that space of relationship, typically those men are a little bit more trustworthy. Okay, so we're talking about a different caliber. We're not talking about a man who's probably not going to be living by a set of standards or morals or principles. You know what I mean? So somebody who's morally into his faith and what the Most High would actually see if he's out here just doing whatever and mistreating the woman he chose to cover, right? Because of course a man is held to a certain standard by the higher power as well as women. So and he says I feel like, the reason why he's saying I feel like is because you said that often, and we're basing it on feelings, right? Which is okay to come from a place of feelings. That's what makes women who they are. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Like that's what separates a man from a woman. And it's the most beautiful thing about a woman is because she can be able to feel, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
So, but as a man,
we feel y'all.
Well, balance. Okay. With logic. We go based on logic, based on what makes sense. And, a lot of times we'll stay true to that. Where a feeling, it can go left, right, up, down. You know what I mean? Right. Like it can go either way. So this is the reason why we balance each other out. So in this particular relationship space, I understand some guys, they do not hold the standard, don't live up to the standard, and they might fall short. So in his falling short, why do you feel you should make a decision to leave him rather than continue to try to build him up? Because your great grandmothers, they didn't
leave.
They didn't.
I'm gonna stick beside them.
Yeah, and they was married to this day. They died with them.
Yeah, they did. You're right. My grandma did, actually.
And that's very happy. That's very like a fulfilling life, but you're going to go through turbulence. It's going to be ups and downs. It's just part of life, right?
I am, just speaking from my experience, I am I'm not a leaver. Okay. And I feel like that has hindered me in some sort because I'm not a leaver, I'll stick with you through whatever, right, up or down, it didn't matter what it was, finances, whatever. But now, when I look back on all the times that I should have left, I think as women, when we get fed up and we're ready to go, it's because we're no longer happy. See, our grandmothers, they weren't happy, but they weren't trying to go get it either. Like nowadays, us women, we're gonna go get it. We're gonna go get our own bag. We're not depending on no man to make us happy or financially secure. Most of grandmas and everything, they stayed because they didn't have a choice.
Yeah, but they weren't necessarily happy.
There was a lot of women who were overachievers. Degrees. I'm talking first police officers, black police officers.
The statistics on that, that's different now. Because now
they were very women educated, very very
very educated, but it's different.
But what jobs were available for them to use those degrees?
It's a lot, yeah. You think so? You got some of the first black women who helped with space landing. You've seen the movies. And
you do, but I feel like it's more opportunities now for us, to get out there and climb the ladder. The corporate ladder, entrepreneurship,
It's encouraged.
anything, So I feel like our grandmothers stayed because they wanted to be secure
and
for life.
Like financially.
Yes, financially mostly.
Not even necessarily financially, spiritually too. It was kind of like frowned upon to.
Mm-hmm.
This is your husband. You have children with this man. This is who you're going to be with.
Right.
And that was expected of you.
Yeah, let me go ahead. Keep going.
That was expected of you as a woman during those times. So
yes,
it wasn't too much of, oh yeah, I know if I leave him, I'll find another man. That wasn't a thought.
Right.
Okay.
It was this man that I chose to marry and to have children with. So no matter what life throws at us, I'm sticking there. On my dad's side, her and my grandfather slept in different bedrooms for years since their 30s because they were unhappy.
Okay.
But
different, and they were in different beds, same house.
Yeah.
Different.
And for that reason, because they didn't want to lie together.
He sweat too much, or
no? They just
Cause I know I be sweating my ass off.
Listen,
no,
I don't.
Hey, some polyester blankets, it's over. You know what I'm saying?
Cuddling, please, after 5 minutes.
Just saying, though. Like, I would understand if she like, look, man, it's been 20 years of this shit.
Yeah.
I'm rolling. Oh, excuse me. But either been rolling around in this wet bed. Yeah. So, yeah. But either way, keep going. I know they had their own personal reasons.
Yeah, they had
right?
exactly. So,
okay.
And it was a part. The reason was because they wanted to stay together, but didn't want to lie with each other anymore because the romance and wasn't there. It is actually kind of sad.
Man, it'd be great to be able to like people who've been through that are in that stage in their marriage right now. It'd be great to have them talk about it.
No, seriously.
You know what I mean?
I would actually love to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because after a while, that fire kind of dims a bit.
Mm-hmm.
You're not in that phase anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, but then it's like the effort. Because, a man who's looking to get out here and provide and make things happen for his family usually don't have a whole lot of time to sacrifice for romance. Mm-hmm. And, right, but, coming from that angle, same thing with a woman who's out here working a 9-to-5,
right,
career driven, things like that. How much time do you have to sacrifice for romance for your man? Like, how much time can you devote mostly for family and to steal your ideology, your beliefs into your children, into, the household, as well as what your husband would deem to be the legit things to do, right? Legit ideologies, belief systems to give to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do we have time for that if we're both driven on career? Now, what I can say is this, right? A woman who's focused and driven on career to get to a certain goal, like let's say we're acquiring land.
Okay.
That's our goal.
Right.
Because we want to acquire land to get you off the job. You still got your degree. You've been educated.
I get it.
You get what I'm saying?
I get it.
But we don't want you working. We want you at home teaching, right? Or building a business, a company.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I guess what it would be is that why should we not have a mindset of thinking like that? Like of thinking of, I need to, a woman, I'm gonna work this job for this, and our game plan after getting this degree is I'm gonna work this job until we acquire something that's gonna make sure that I don't have to work no more.
That's ideal. That's how I think of it. I'm not just doing this because I want to do it forever. No, I'm doing it because I have other goals that I want to reach to where I don't have to do it anymore.